Today in cannabis news, South Dakota legislators formally call for a statewide cannabis legalization proposal for next year's legislative session. Pennsylvania state legislators announced that they will present a proposal to permit authorized medical patients to grow cannabis at home, and District of Columbia marijuana justice readies to unveil an amendment aimed at allowing recreational cannabis purchases at farmers markets throughout the district and licensing purchases by DC craft growers and cottage industry enterprises. It's Friday, November 19th, and this is your Trichomes Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the Trichomes.com studios in Southern California, it's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, prominent South Dakota legislators have formally urged that a proposal for statewide cannabis legalization be introduced in the 2022 legislative session. This occurs as campaigners work on a second legislative campaign for the 2022 midterm ballot. And the South Dakota Supreme Court remains to consider the legitimacy of a legalization bill passed by voters last year. A marijuana interim study committee was entrusted with reviewing multiple cannabis policy reform initiatives, including the legislator's bill. It was approved by the committee last month before being sent to the state legislator's executive board, which passed it previously this week with a unanimous vote. In the upcoming legislative session, State Senator Brian Breitling confirmed there will be 2 recreational cannabis legalization proposals and about 23 measures connected to its medical cannabis framework.
Next up, state lawmakers from both parties in Pennsylvania announced previously this week that they will present a proposal to permit authorized medical patients to grow cannabis at home for private consumption. Senators Dan Laughlin and Sharif Street announced the bill roughly a month following the introduction of a different recreational cannabis bill. This moderate proposal would just increase accessibility by allowing medical patients to cultivate their own cannabis at home. Patients, the lawmakers claim, are in need of private cultivation because they presently journey long distances to registered dispensaries, and there are monetary hardships that may be addressed if patients may cultivate personal cannabis for treatments. A home grow option would help ease the cost and accessibility burdens for this important medicine, the senators said. This legislation would go a long way towards helping everyday Pennsylvanians meet their health needs and ensuring everyone is treated equitably and fairly under Act 16.
Last up, today, District of Columbia marijuana justice is set to unveil a thoroughly reviewed amendment to the D.C. Council. The amendment aims to allow recreational cannabis purchases at farmers markets throughout the district, as well as licensing purchases by D.C. craft growers and cottage industry enterprises. The amendment creates a cottage industry license for adults and a farmer market endorsement permit that enables artisan producers and merchants to sell their products, transforming social equity and decriminalization in a distinct and inventive cash source. Everyone who receives either permit will be subject to applicable regulations and restrictions as a result of the amendment. A cottage industry license shall authorize the licensee to grow and produce medicinal and/or recreational marijuana within their residence for sale and delivery at wholesale, directly to manufacturers, testing facilities, retailers, and farmers markets. The amendment reads, a farmers market endorsement is a license issued to cottage industry licensees or micro-business licensees that authorizes the licensee to sell the cannabis at farmers markets in the District of Columbia.
That was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit trichomes.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Tech and Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation, wherever you get your podcasts. For trichomes.com, I'm Devin Leal.
And I'm RJ Balde, signing off.